Thank you for staying on MIKEANN'S TV, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. If you are in another country, please stay on my channel, MIKEANN'S TV, and may God bless you so much. Today's news, it is so amazing, my guys. For real, it is so amazing. So stay there, wherever you are, stay there so that I can give you things that it is so interesting in our country, Kenya. Thank you so much. Today's news is about our president, William Samoei Ruto. Yesterday news, I saw something that makes me to sit and relax and watch until iandikwe kwamba imeisha. What is that? For the first time, I think this is the first country I think this is the first country to have the biggest church in parliament. Is it parliament or state house? I think it is state house. The biggest. That church worth billions of money. What does that mean? And kwa macho tu ya kawaida rakaraka, my brother, my sister, ni hospitali ngapi zipo lakini hazina dawa? Ni watoto wangapi kwa hakika hawana hata basari? Ni watu wangapi wanalala njaa? Hata maji ya kunywa kwenye kopo my brother, my sister, ni mangapi yanafanyika Kenya? Yani Kenya is the country of comedies. From the head to the tail is the comedy. President comedian, cabinet comedian, citizen, wananchi wote comedian. Yani, thank you God to give us a comedian country. Watch, then I will come for more reaction. Thank you.
1.2 billion shilling church at State House.
What?
Yep. Controversy. According to recent satellite imagery, the building is already coming up near the presidential helipads. President William Ruto is quietly overseeing the construction of a massive church within the grounds of State House, Nairobi, in a move that raises questions on the constitutional separation between church and state. Nation has seen detailed architectural designs and drawings of the imposing structure that is expected to have a sitting capacity of 8,000 and cost
8,
hundreds of millions. Yes.
8,000.
Like the prosperity gospel churches of the 90s. 8,000. I don't know if we need to belabor what the issue is here. Let's start with
read the story.
I read the story before I bring the issues.
Pastor ni nani?
Oh, okay.
What denomination is
that
it?
story is on page 2 and 3. It says that we've talked about that headline. It says, as the towering cathedral rises on the House of the Hill, questions about the constitution that separates church and state, amid fears that public institutions are being turned into personal pulpits, and how far Ruto is willing to merge faith and governance. So, as we said, Nation has seen detailed architectural designs, and that the estimated cost is of this capacity of seating capacity of 8,000 is 1.2 billion. It's not clear if the cost will be met by the taxpayer. The cathedral-like building, designed by Scare, I believe, Architects Limited, features twin crosses on its rooftop and a tall, narrow, cluster-style windows flanking the central edifice. It says that Nation sought to establish the rationale, constitutionality, and total cost. It goes on again to say that President Ruto had previously stated publicly his intention to build a church to underscore his Christian faith. He used they talk about how in his Karen residence it used to host religious leaders while campaigning for the top seat in 2022. At the time, he dismissed critics and vowed to construct an even larger one if elected. So, red flags, guys. They were there.
Earlier this year, during a church service in Dagoretti, Nairobi, he has said, there's a special field that I am working on, specifically meant for people who pray. those who preach. He said this on the 11th of January during a service at the United Pentecostal Church of Kenya in Dagoretti North. I want you, the clergy, to come and bless that field once it's ready. I'll invite you so that we can talk. The architect on record is Scare Architects, and the nation reached out to them for comment regarding the status of the project. At first, the architect denied undertaking any construction at State House. When presented with images and designs of the building showing that the company is in charge, the architect questioned why nation believed the structure was at State House. He later hurled insults, stating that nation should stop bothering them about this project. Subsequent phone calls, texts, email reminders went unanswered. The church's design adopts a monumental neoclassical modern hybrid style, like he told us. Inside the church, 4 rows of main sanctuary seating with capacity for up to 8,000 worshippers, multiple entry points, storage rooms, toilets, and circulation corridors are incorporated for crowd control. There are 2 prayer rooms on each side of the main auditorium and various auxiliary rooms. You know, there's a book in the Bible that describes when God was giving the design of the temple that was to be built by Solomon. It talks about, it goes into great details of where, it sounds like this is what I'm reading here. The vertical structure has 2 main levels, the sanctuary floor and 2 upper seating galleries. The galleries are laid out in a circular auditorium design in an amphitheater format to ensure visibility of the pulpit. The interior also includes 4 individual prayer rooms and 1 large family room. An exterior view of the church at night features LED lights at the entrance and large see-through glass doorway.
Okay, there is no church big enough that can absolve the issues that are happening in the country. Ata ukijenga the size of 17 hotels, it does not diminish the issues that need to be addressed. Number 1. Number 2, we really need to start separating state and church, because it's a weaponization. I think it's also an infringement on other people's religious beliefs, because you're platforming and centering one over the other. And number 3, it just gives God-like demigod posturing. I will have the biggest house. 1.2 billion. Then I'll also renovate status. I'm just going to use billions. It's okay. Hiyo mambo ya capitation tutaisort baadaye. Hiyo mambo ya SHA mnaongea sana, si tutakam. Let's first build this massive church, then we'll be able to help you. We'll pray. And I always say it's a delicate personal thing. Prayer is powerful, but the weaponization of it is what really gets to me. Yeah.
Couldn't have put it better. No, I'll just leave it at that. Honestly,
This is shocking.
Mariam has no Latif is just like, what is going on?
Where is 1.2 billion shillings to build this church coming from? Is it coming from taxpayer money? If not,
Listen,
where?
State House is not private property.
Yes.
If it was not coming from taxpayers, then we'd have to question how private money goes into public property.
Yep.
Okay. So that's number 1. So the easiest route is just for you to assume that the money being spent in this public property is public money. Okay. Because anything else now there, you've gone left.
I'm telling you, there's nothing more dangerous than people who center themselves above the institutions. And even as, again, S went wrong, username says, no, Paul Minor says, State House is public residence, just to your point. And he says, so what happens if the president, after Ruto, is Muslim? Anajenga msikiti.
Then the next one is a Hindu, then he
so
builds a temple, and so on and so
Or
on.
is this a multi-faith place of worship?
It doesn't give multi-faith. Maybe that's an assumption, but it doesn't.
It has 2 crosses at the top.
Yeah, because most of these places have chapels.
Yes.
That's sufficient. You have a chapel within.
And a prayer room.
And a prayer room in case you have your Muslim brothers and sisters.
And you're good.
Those are sufficient. You have rooms. You don't need 8,000 seating capacity to prove what? To prove your faith.
I know. What are the other headlines?
In a jam. Sawa.
What else?
Samahani. It's one big story.
Sometimes you think you know everything that's going on, but there's always just something. There's always something
new.
Okay, thank you so much, and may God bless you so much by staying on my channel as a MIKEANN'S TV. May God bless you. So yesterday news we saw something that was interesting so much. As for me, kwa hakika ilifanya nikaona kwamba Kenya is the great country in comedy. Kenya, everyone is an actor. I can say that. Yesterday we saw that the president of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, building a church in State House worth 1.2 billion. Worth 1.2 billion. I will repeat, 1.2 billion. That is the church. The problem is, the president said that I'm using my own money. I don't using someone's money. And I built the church in State House because when I came in State House, I found the church ikiwa church ya mabati. Now that's why I decided to build the church. And that church is the biggest church. Kwa hakika, I think the biggest church ni ya Pastor Ezekiel. So I can say this is the biggest church. Umeona? So maswali yaliibuka, watu walijiuliza a lot of question. We saw the Bishop Ole Sapit asking the question that saying, who will be the bishop of that church? Who will be the pastor in that church? Nani ataongoza hiyo kanisa? Je, amesema ametumia fedha zake, atakapotoka miaka 10 zikiisha atoke. Je, atatoka na kanisa lake ama ataliacha mali pale? Hayo ni maswali ambayo wengi wamejiuliza. Hata some guys wamejiuliza ya kwamba we always saw that pesa zinapotengwa za vitengo tofauti, we saw that State House inapewa pesa mingi sana for renovation, ama hizo pesa ndizo zinajenga hiyo kanisa. Those are the question that we don't have the answer for real, but the only one who can give those answers is our president. So kwa hakika my reaction is that kama hizo pesa kweli ameona kwamba kujenga kanisa ni kitu cha maana, of which ni kitu kizuri, but kwa State House I think it is something wrong, because State House is the State House of the whole Kenyans. Na hapo specific the church ambayo kuna Islamic inside. Waislamu je, wataenda kwenye kanisa? Hao tunaamini kwamba wanaenda kwenye msikiti. Hao wataenda kwenye kanisa? Hilo ni swali la kwanza. Kuna hata Wahindi, umeona, wataenda kwenye kanisa? Hao tunajua kwamba hao ni Hinduism. Wataenda kwenye kanisa? So nini kinaendelea nchini Kenya? Na hilo ni wazo langu tu. Something that I can say is this: when we go in our schools, in our hospitals, and people lacking job in Kenya, so tuanze na shule. Wanafunzi je, wanapata basari? Je, wanapata masomo? Hata tumeona jinsi vinatangazwa, runinga zinatangaza kwamba huu mwaka huenda mtihani wa kitaifa usikuwepo. Hizo fedha hazingefanya kitu kama hicho? Hilo ni wazo langu tu. Madawa kwenye hospitalini hata hazipo. Je, hizo fedha hazingefanya kitu kama hicho? Hilo ni wazo langu tu. Tunaporudi kwenye barabara zetu, je, hizo fedha hazingefanya kitu kama hicho? So hapo naona ya kwamba kwa hakika maandiko yanasema kwamba watu wangu wanaumia kwa kukosa maarifa. I want to say this for real. I want to say this for free, kwamba Kenya mahali inaelekea kwa hakika moto unazidi kuwa cheche. Waswahili wanasema moto uzime ungali cheche, lakini hapa uzimiki. Kwa maana jenzizi wamereact on it wakisema ya kwamba hizo ni fedha za umma ndizo anajengea kanisa. Na kujenga kanisa si mbaya. Kujenga ikulu, kujenga mahali ambapo ni patakatifu si vibaya. Lakini tatizo ni tatua kwamba matatizo ya watu na ndiposa ufanye kitu kama hicho. Kwa maana Mimi sitaenda kanisani na kwenye tumbo ama tumbo inadai. Nishughulikie kwa upande na tumbo, kisha mengine yatafata. So my brother, my sister, wherever you are, that was the news that make me happy and be and like Kenya we are going in wrong direction, because pesa zipo lakini matumizi ya pesa ndio yanazidi kutia kiwewe kwa viwango ama mirengo tofauti tofauti. So as you are watching and waiting for more reaction on MIKEANN'S TV, please remember to subscribe, to like and to share so that you can get more reaction on me. Thank you for staying with me, MIKEANN'S TV. May God bless you so much. Please remember one thing: like, share and subscribe. You as MIKEANN'S TV. Thank you. May God bless you. Bye for now.